Hi everyone and welcome to Coin Treasure Hunt Extra. Right, on front of you, you will see, not literally in front of you, in front of me, I have the brilliant uncirculated coloured Temnodontosaurus coin, and I also have the silverproof, the beautiful silverproof there too. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to do a bit of a versus mode, yeah, to see which one is better, which one you think is better, which one I think is better initially, and then you can let me know what you feel about them in the comments below. I'm going to look at different aspects of them. Initially, just look at the packaging. So let's have a look at that. Right, this is obviously the coloured version, the brilliant uncirculated coloured version. Difficult to see in the pack completely because the pack is covering it, but I will take it out. But as you can see, lovely artwork as usual. The Temnodontosaurus is in, it's like kind of what would be its natural habitat there. The coin sitting proud. It's in a recess, obviously, 50p shape as per normal. And the back, obviously, the design continues, and then it gives you the coin specifications there. So on the silverproof, you have a sleeve that goes over, and again, same Temnodontosaurus. And this time, there's some details about Mary Anning there, the girl who discovered it. Well, obviously she was a lady, but she was a little girl when she found it. Actually, her brother found it to say he found the skull of it, but that's for another day. I'll explain a little bit more about that. But there we go. Right now, let's just take the sleeve off because then we can see what's underneath initially. So good little sturdy box, I've got to say. Tales of the Earth, so it looks like it's like literally made of rock, which is kind of cool, I've got to say, for me, because I like rocks and minerals and all that sort of stuff. So it is kind of cool. It is a little bit bland. Would it have been better if this was the actual box? Probably, I have to say. I mean, I do like it because I do like, as I say, I like metals and rocks and all things like that. So it's nice like that. Right, now, which one should I take out first? Let's have a look at this on the inside and see. So for the outer covers, I don't know what you think at the moment. I'm kind of heading towards this one, actually, the coloured version, just the brilliant uncirculated colour version of it that wins. Now, let's start to open up here. Now, you've nice got a fold out as usual, but this one is a little bit special, I've got to say. It folds out again so you can see more of the environment there. A lovely ammonite there swimming. And then on the under flap here, you can see details about the animal, about the fossil hunter, about the size of the specimen. And on this leaf here, it's all about the designer and obviously a little bit more about Mary Anning. But it opens out beautifully. It actually sits like that. So I've got to show you. The Temnodontosaurus, it's done like a little diorama, so it'll sit like that. You can see the obverse of the coin there, and then the Temnodontosaurus sits out proud from the background, which is wonderful, and so that can sit beautifully on display. I really like that. I think that's beautifully done, I've got to say. Really nice indeed. I think no, I cannot criticize them for the design and the artwork. It's usually spot on and beautiful. And as I say, it sits proud like that. I can't show you the way it does, but like on display, you can have it like that or out like that. Now, that is wonderful. There's not so much going on inside here. There is obviously, you get the card with it and it has the number on it, etc. But this here is just for the purists. It's beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. It comes in a resin cover. And obviously you can see the coin there. Now the wonderful thing I think about this resin cover that goes over obviously the back, and there's a gap there so you can see more of the coin, which is a nice idea actually. So it's not covered in resin, you know, you can actually see what the coin looks like. And it's beautiful, the frosting on it is gorgeous. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. But what I most like about this resin, the name is lovely. The artwork there of plants that would have been around at the time of the Temnodontosaurus are beautifully done. But it is the way it opens. Firstly, this is like, it's kind of like glass. It kind of has a feel of glass. It does feel good quality, really good quality. But what I most like about it is what they could have done is they could have had little kind of stick out dowels and they could have had holes in the other side where you push it in, which would have been very difficult to open, but also would have caused cracking, I think, after a while of doing it if you opened it a number of times. But having the magnets on it, I think, is beautiful. It's a great idea. It really is. It just clicks shut like that and you just open it like that. So wonderful there. Which one is best? This is beautiful, you've got to say. It really is beautiful. But if you want to save yourself a great deal of money, the little diorama effect and all the details on the coloured version is wonderful, I've got to say. Really. Now, let's have a closer look at the coin. Right, this is the coloured version of it. And 2021. You can see the portrait there. There's actually some marks on this, so I will be returning this one. And there's a dent there. You can actually even see it. But I've already spoken to them about it, and, you know, they know I'm not happy, and they can understand why. But, you know, that is unfortunate. But if it came pristine like it's supposed to be, good clarity on it. Yeah. And that's obviously the obverse, so you'd be more interested, I suppose, in this side, obviously, being at the creature on it. And there you can see, digitally printed, nice and shiny as you would expect for an uncirculated coin. Yeah, all good. The printing on it has a bit of a kind of spotty look to it, so, you know, not amazing. But I do like it. I mean, the skull, the fact that the skull is on the coin, wonderful. But yeah, a beautiful uncirculated coloured coin, I've got to say. I do see striping in it and the digital printing, so that kind of detracts from it a bit, I've got to say. So it's a little bit disappointing when you see it close up. I mean, I could actually get closer to it, but you can see that striping there on it, just right along the line of where his eye is. So yeah, maybe that's the printing process. I don't know, but you won't be looking at the coin that from that distance. It will be there, but you can still see them. So that's a little bit disappointing. But the coin in general, beautiful, nice and shiny. Now, let's look. Is this worth the difference? Let's open it up and have a closer look at it. Well, you can see there for a start, in the silver-proof coins, obviously there's frosting in it. Not as much because this is a coloured one, but you can see that on the plant there, which is beautiful. The detailing, it's finer detail on it, but I don't think it makes that much difference on this one because of the fact that it's not, you know, there's not a lot of writing on it. It's just Temnodontosaurus and Mary Anning on it. So, and oops, and it's just fallen out. And then you can really see here on the obverse, and the detail just bursts out. You know, I guess it's because of the incredible contrast between the frosting and the mirrored effect, which is absolutely wonderful. I mean, it really does. You think you've got something special in your hand because of the frosting. So in order to make an informed choice, I've had to learn about the process. And so for those who don't know about the process, I'll give you a little background on it. So the master tools that they use, obviously the die that they're using to press the coins. For the proof and the BUNC ones, the brilliant uncirculated, what they do is they kind of sharpen the edges of the design before they use them. You know, when they're using the circulated coins, you know, they don't put as much effort into it, so they wouldn't sharpen it and they just press so many more. But these ones, the proof ones and the brilliant uncirculated, are finished by hand. The process to get the mirrored finish, to get it so shiny, is they use diamond paste, so 6 grades of diamond paste, and they use different woods to rub it in, like cherry, for instance, and after polishing, it gives it that mirrored finish. With regular coins that go into circulation, they're polished by machine. And then to get the frosting effect on it, what they do is they have a bead and sand blaster that gives the frosting effect to the die. And they produce 300 to 400 coins for the proof ones before the die is repolished again. The BUNC ones are struck twice in the press and then are checked, and they do about 100 of those per hour. So I should actually show you that one. So obviously that's the BUNC one. So twice for that, and about 100 of them per hour. See plenty of scratches on that one. Oh dear. They haven't done a particularly good job on that one, I've got to say. But that's going back as well. But this is what they claim that they do. So, you know, I can only kind of go. And you can see the detail and the wonderful detail in the proof. The proof blank is placed in by hand into the press. And then it's cleaned each time. Before each pressing, it's cleaned with an air blaster. And it's struck up to 6 times. So that's how it's done. So in order to make, as I say, in order to make an informed choice about which one you think, first of all, which one is better, you kind of need to know the cost of the coins. So I have done a little bit of maths. I'll put that one down there so you can see that one. Although it's catching the light, so it's extremely shiny. And we'll put that one kind of next to it. And we'll just adjust them there. So yeah, and this is where it kind of gets you think to yourself, really, am I getting value for money here? But it is about the craftsmanship, so I'll let you decide. But the silver value in this one here is £4.80. They're made of sterling silver. This one is made of sterling silver, so it's £4.80. It was yesterday. It was 60 pence per gram of silver, of sterling silver. It's actually gone down to 59 pence today, so you'd have to take 8p away from that. So it's actually 4.72's worth of silver today. The other coin, this one here, is made of copper nickel, which is 75% copper and 25% nickel. The copper value in that is just, I mean, it's minimal. It's like about 3.5 pence per gram, so it's about 15p. You know, so 15-20p is what the actual coin is worth. You know, the actual metal value of the coin. The aesthetics of them, as I say, you can see the coins for yourself. I've shown you them in detail. Let's look at the reverse. Obviously, it's a lot more shiny, and then you have the frosting effect on the plant there. You won't have that with this one, with the brilliant uncirculated. Well, it does look a little bit, I have to say, it does look like a little bit of frosting on that, so it's quite nice. So, I mean, certainly when you look at the obverse or the reverse of both of them, you think to yourself, you know, is there that much difference? You know, is there that amount? Because you're talking about for the silver proof one, you're talking about 60, in this case, £67.50. For this one, it's £20. So I asked myself, first of all, the question, is that really worth £20? And then I asked myself, is this worth £67? So is the craftsmanship worth that money? Because I've given you the metal amount. So is the amount of craftsmanship that goes into it worth that? I would actually say, me personally, myself, if that one went for half the price, so if that one was £10 and this one was, you know, about like £34 or something like that, I think that would be far more palatable. You know, I think the price is excessive. And considering the trouble I've had with them, but I won't go into detail about that, and the marks on them, I think the quality has gone down. But I'll let you decide. I would say probably for kids that don't have a big income, or people that don't have, you know, lots of money to spend on, this is definitely, you know, the artwork on it and stuff like that, and this is definitely does the job, you know, for 20 quid. This one here, I'm getting the silver proofs in them. I might stop buying silver proofs. I'm getting them, the dinosaur ones and the prehistoric creature ones, because I'm a lifelong fan of those. So it's a little special treat for me. Well, there we go. That's my versus mode review on both of them. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'd be very interested in your experiences of buying them and what you think of them and which you think is the best value for money, or are either of them value for money. Okay. Right, so by now what you should see is a selection of my videos that YouTube has suggested you might like to watch if you've enjoyed this one. And up in the right hand corner you'll see the beautiful X marks the spot 10p coin that will help you to subscribe if you enjoy my content. In the meantime, everybody, I wish you happy hunting as always, and I'll see you again. Even though this wasn't a hunt, I'll see you again for the next Coin Treasure Hunt Extra, or one of my other videos on my other channels. Take care in the meantime of yourselves. Bye bye.